Right. I had a late night session with I think 2 or 3 clients with regards to, one was personal branding and one was getting jobs and one was about business. Okay, so I just thought I'll share the learnings with you. That is, if you're interested. Now, the first one is about wanting to get a job. The majority of people are not into businesses, running a business. Majority of the people are working for a salary as an employee, because even if they try a business, they fail and they go back. Now, the challenge is, one is if you don't have a job, you want a new job. The second challenge is you're already in a job and you're looking for a better job. Okay. So now the question that I get asked so many times is, well, I'm sending my resume. Why is there no response? Okay. And most of the time I tell them, send me your CV, let me have a look. If you have gotten in touch with me, you would know that I always tell people, send me your CV first, because I don't know you. I don't know what you do, where you're based, what your experience is. I need to know something, right? Okay, so people send me their CVs. In majority of the cases, the first thing I notice is the CV is pretty vanilla. Vanilla means very plain. And plain, I'm not talking of the color or the layout or the design. I mean, there's nothing in the CV that offers value to the decision maker. Now, obviously, if you're a normal, ordinary guy, let's say you're a receptionist or an engineer or an electrician or industrial factory foreman, you can't say something so incredible that would make the guy jump on his seat. Okay, that is common sense. But the fact of the matter is, there should be the language, the content that is there should at least spark the 3 I's, which I've always told you: intrigue, interest, and it should be informative. The 3 I's. Okay. Now, the next part. The problem with today's social media is people are abusing and misusing and overusing the privileges. Like, for example, chat. The number of people who send me unsolicited messages, forget the people I know. Okay. The number of people who I don't know also are sending me messages. And messages like imagine I don't know the guy. Hi, can you help me? Please help me. Loy, I'm a big fan of your channel. This is my resume. Can you forward it to the right people? Now, you get so many requests. At some point, you get numb to it. Okay, initially when you start, let's say you're not getting any email and you get one email, it's a feeling of, wow, I got an email. But every day, if you get around 100, 200 emails, it just becomes like spam. Number 3 is, let's say, for example, you see me running every day, right? Okay. Let's say I receive an email and it says there is a sale, 80% off or 90% off. Okay. Wow. 90% off. And they are offering shoes. Now, let's say I only use Adidas Ultra Boost now. Before, in my triathlon days, I used to use Asics. Okay. So, and before that, I used to use Asics and one other brand. I can't get the name now. Becoming old. Asics and there was Adidas. There was another brand. I'm not sure if it is Under Armour or whatever. Okay, I don't remember. If I don't remember, I tell you I don't remember. Now, let's imagine a brand that I've never used, like Skechers or Nike. I don't use Nike at all. Nike is more like for basketball players. Or Reebok. I'm not very comfortable with Reebok. I don't like the fit. Okay. Or some other brand, you could say, can't get the name now. Yeah, they always, it looks like a shuttle, 3 shuttles or something. Okay, anyway, or think of tennis shoes or something. Now, I don't use those shoes. I never use. I have enough and more shoes. So even if you send me 80% off, do you think I'm going to buy it? And if I buy it, what am I going to do with it? Okay, if there was a, let's say, you buy a TV and at 90% off, and you can sell it at, you bought it for 100 and you can sell it for 200, 300, fine. You might think of buying it. I've done this. Sometimes headphones or something which is selling for throwaway price, I buy it. I used to buy it and sell it for a little expense. But now you're talking of a person who is offering his services. Okay? Now, in my example, I told you, I'm not going to use the shoes. I don't need the shoes. Okay? So let's say you're applying to a company where you're asking as an engineer, but they don't have a vacancy of an engineer. Let's say their budget was 5 and they have 5 people. And you're applying. Even if you say, I'll work for 10%, 20%, the manager will be like, okay, I need to arrange the funds for it. Will the management agree? And on top of that, it's not just your salary. Here's something which most employees don't consider. You have to pay the legal cost of a country. You have to pay the visa charges. You have to pay the application. It's a time and energy consuming process. You have to get the PRO, public relations officer, to go and do the legal paperwork. And then on top of that, after you join, you have to be trained to fit into the system. You have to be taught skills to, survive in the system. And people also have to get along with you. So you're disturbing the dynamics. Now, having said all this, you think the company is going to even consider you if they don't need you? Like, for example, let's say I ate food. I finished eating food. Now, even if you tell me, Loy, 50% off, eat this, I'll give you this buffet, I'll be like, man, I already ate, yeah. So the next one is that sending to a company that doesn't need you. Now, I'm very sure some of you will say, yeah, but Loy, I'm applying to companies that have vacancies. I've told you this before. How do you know? It is namesake. It is fake. But namesake means they're looking for a person, but they are not in urgency. Okay? If we get the right candidate, we'll take. Otherwise, no hurry. Second one is fake. They don't have any vacancy and they mention. The third one is, I told you, these recruiters and other people want to take your data and censor your name and sell it. Oh, this CV I got, and they want to capitalize on it. And then there are some others who want to use this as an email marketing for services. They sell emails to some other company. There is all this goes on in LinkedIn and Facebook groups and all that. Okay. So now when I tell people this, then they ask me, oh, what is a legit way of finding out? As far as I have done for myself, okay, not read in a book, I've actually done it. It's a painful process, it's a long process, but it's a worthwhile process. You need to either physically go to the company, or you need to check with someone in the company through social media, or otherwise send them the link and say, please, I just need your guidance on this. There was this vacancy in your company. I just want to know if it's legit or if I can fill in. Go through someone, like 6 degrees of separation. There might be a contact who you know. Okay. Now, even after doing all this, if you still don't get a job, let's assume you did all this. Okay, you even physically went and met a person. Okay. I know there are some guys who literally stand outside a company, and when the decision maker comes and they even do this, which is dehumanizing, but there are some people who do that. So now let's assume that you are at a particular level and you want to do it professionally. So what do? I've told you, networking or meeting people through common friends. And now, if all that you have done and all that doesn't work, then the problem by default is you. See, I'll give you a very simple example. Now, in 2011, my YouTube video is there. It's restricted because it's about suicide and failure and all that. In 2011, when I came back to UAE, I didn't have a CV. I could have made a CV, but I chose not to make a CV. Okay, I didn't have a CV. The only thing which I had was people I knew in the list of contacts. Okay. What I did is, I decided I would call each and every person I knew, and I would talk to them within 1 to 3 minutes. I would tell them what I want, why am I calling them, what I want, and what they can do for me as a request. It was a very planned, scripted call. It was very planned, very compact. And before I even called the first guy, I rehearsed, I practiced. I even had somebody else who I sat down and I spoke to them and said, you know, I'm going to say this. Should I refine the script? Once I refined the script and I found it, okay, this is perfect and to the point, I got in touch with people. In fact, there were some who I physically went and met because I knew them. Now, obviously, because of COVID, it'll be a little harder. But this is what I did. Okay. And I knew for a fact if I send a CV, I knew it even those days during the boom period. You're not talking of the recession. Even during the boom period, this is 2011. I knew for a fact if I send a resume, it will get drowned in the sea of resumes. People, even those days, used to send 4,000 CVs per position. If they had advertised for, let's say, regional manager, security guards, housekeeping, maids, electricians, everyone would send, sir, I saw this ad, I'm just applying if there's any job. It drowns off, man. And then if you're talking of industry specific, it becomes very hard because the guy doesn't know you. You don't know who your competition is. So how do you differentiate? Like, you might put, I have 10 years experience. Another guy will put, I have 15 years experience. Third guy will put 20. So the playing field is not even, no? Okay. And I'll give you one last thing, okay? Don't stop blaming the system. There are a lot of people who are surviving and thriving and making money. How are they doing it? You will say luck, or they started at the right time. Fine. But sitting and blaming the system is not going to offer you solutions. You need to work hard to find a solution. See, today I stay on this island. You think for a minute, I'm not aware of the fact that the landscape, digital landscape can change. I might have to reinvent myself. Maybe business will not come for months. You think I'm not aware? I'm absolutely aware. 24/7, I have enough and more things to think about. But I cannot give anyone excuses. In fact, even if I give excuses, who am I going to give? On YouTube, I'm going to say, oh shit, life is unfair. No. So, look, yes, I've been lucky. Yes, things have worked for me favorably. But that doesn't mean I don't have challenges. So my message to you, if you are applying for a job or you are trying for a better job, start taking personal responsibility and say, okay, the fault is mine. The fault is mine. There's something in the CV I need to change. There's something in my approach I need to change. There's something in my verbal script, how I communicate, or my negotiations or my interaction. Once you start taking a personal responsibility, once you start saying, okay, I'm to blame, how do I improve, how do I get better, you will see changes, man. You will see changes. I have not yet met a single person who has not taken charge of his life, who has not seen a positive difference. So that is where I wanted to share in this video. If you're not getting responses, stop blaming the system, stop blaming people, take personal responsibility and change your strategy. I tell people, that cliche quote, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I'll just end with this one statement. I get this guy who say, "Look, I've been trying for 2 years. I've been emailing people left, right and center." Man, 2 years, you're not getting any result. 2 years. And you still don't have the common sense to know it's not working out. Hell, if you didn't have a salary and you have to survive week by week, would you wait for 2 years? Common sense, man. Come on. Are you so brain dead? 2 years. Oh, 2 years. Oh, 2 years have passed. If it doesn't work within a month, 2 months, just a month, you need to wake up. You're like, fuck, what's happening? So hold yourself to high standards and take response. I'm not questioning your ability to work, but I'm questioning your ability to market and sell yourself. So this is what I wanted to say. Now coming to the next video, that is the personal branding.